This video is about how to evaluate functions given the graph here, but this one also has composition functions and inverses. Okay, so normally, just to kind of give you a general overview before we do our first questions here, it's written f of x equals x, right? Or y equals x. With inverses, x and y switch places. And rather than writing x equals y, what we write is f of -1 of x equals y. Okay? So, use that as a reference here. So remember, just simply, one sentence about inverse, x and y switch places. That's all you have to remember. X and y switch places. So, number 81, I'll do it the long way and then show you a short way here. So it says f -1 of 0. So, really, what I could write is, so f -1 of 0 equals something, right? We'll say it equals x, right? And remember, x and y switch places, so really I could write f of x equals 0. Right, so we really want to find where the f function, where's the y value 0, right? Because y equals 0. So for the f function, y equals 0 on this dotted line I just made, which is here. So we want that x value, I'd say that's about, what, 1/2. I'd say that's 1/2. Okay, alternatively, since we know that the inverse, inside here, inside the parentheses, that's the y value, we just look for the x value on the graph. Okay, so where the y value is 0, x is 1/2. Alright, so let's go ahead and do number 82 here, see if you guys can figure it out. If you pause the video to check yourself. Okay, so g of -1, 0. Again, it's the inverse function, that's where y is. So if I draw a dotted line where y is, again, the graph crosses right here, and I'd assume that is the x value of -2. Right? Okay, so now let's do f of g of -2, which, again, is a composition function. So another way I can write it would be f g of 2. So notice how they're both regular functions, right? There's no inverse about them. So what's in the parenthesis is x, right? Is the x value. Oh, by the way, I made a... Oh, no, that's right. Okay, never mind. All right, so what's in the parenthesis is the x value. Okay. So I do g of 2, so it's the x value this time. So if I were to do this here, let me erase the old dotted line here. Let me make that erase a little bit bigger. There we go. So if I were to draw it straight down, again, the y value would be right there. I'd say that's about 3, right? So, but now I'd have to do f of 3. So now I come to the f function and go to where f equals 3, which is here on the x value. So I'd say it's right there, and that means the y value is -2. Okay, so that's how I would explain that. And obviously, see how the rest of them kind of get complicated here. You can get more details here. I'm going to kind of quickly go through them so you can double check yourself.